Fundi was born around 8 or 9 years ago. So I like the name Rusty. I like the aesthetics of rust. I like the fact that when you leave metal it creates this lovely organic, beautiful sort of texture and finish. And I wanted to incorporate that with me being in Kenya. And I think the word Fundi is used a lot for different sectors and different people and different vocations. When I looked up what Fundi meant, it meant a craftsman, which I really liked. I think that is perhaps a better term, like a better description than perhaps how it's portrayed in the public. It dates back to when I was a child and my dad bought me a welder for my 14th birthday. And ever since then I've been welding bits of metal together. I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit, but I had no idea what that might look like, and nor would I have any idea the sort of company I would be running, except for I knew I always wanted to make stuff. I always wanted to have a workshop where I could be creative. I made a motorbike. Yeah, a little one. That was the first thing I made. I think we've really put our mark in and around Nairobi and also up country. If you drive around town, you know, we've got things everywhere and anywhere, and that's really nice to see. I think the fact that we've been able to sort of have our creative impact on Kenya is really important. And I think a lot of other Kenyans share that, whereby we're very entrepreneurial here, very creative, we like to do things ourselves, and instead of sort of looking abroad for somebody who's already developed a product, it's nicer to look closer to home and see how can we build the Kenyan market and Kenyan economy to make these products here. And that's always been the way with Rusty Fundi. We've always tried to do things ourselves as much as possible, and not only like do things ourselves but also do everything in-house. And it's taken a long time to get there through investing in equipment and machinery, but we're finally getting there. It's been like a sort of long, slow, organic growth, but we're getting to a place now where we can research and develop products, do it in-house, and then do the manufacturing as well. The sort of creative job here was designing energy-saving cooking stoves for people in rural Kenya, and that was a technology to replace the three-stone fire. I loved it because it was such it ticks so many boxes in terms of positives. By implementing a new technology, it helped the environment, it helped women, it helped children. Yeah, it was a great sort of central, holistic product for the household, where the household revolved around cooking. And so by giving somebody an improved technology, it made huge impacts on so many different aspects of people's lives and the environment around them. So it started doing that, and then because we were making these stoves out of metal and people saw what we could do with metal and saw that we could do a good job, we started doing other things, fabrication jobs as well. And that's where it stemmed from. I taught myself how to use a 3D computer software, and from there I moved into an unfurnished house and I made my own furniture, and people really liked it. I put a post, I made some friends helped me make a website. I linked that website to a local Facebook page, Facebook Marketplace in Kenya, and people really liked it. And then somebody who was setting up a restaurant got in touch with me because the aesthetic of my furniture was similar to what he was trying to replicate in his restaurant. And we built our first restaurant, which was Marula Mercantile on Marula Lane in Karen. I think sort of feedback from our clients has helped. I've tried to create items that I like and like sort of aesthetically pleasing to the design and style that I have in mind. And at the time when I first doing it, it was a new thing to Kenya. It's not now. It's been replicated a lot, and then it started becoming really fashionable in the West, so America and Europe, which was an old, weathered piece of wood with a lot of character, set in a steel frame, and that really took off all over the world. And we were one of the first people to implement that in Kenya. So I think back then having that sort of forward thinking and style has helped to get us known in the Kenyan market. And then since then we've sort of developed our own product range that at the moment is mostly based around fire, heating and cooking. And these products have come full cycle from when I first started designing energy saving stoves. So a lot of what I've learnt about when I first started has been put into these new products that we make. I had the idea of making wood burners for a while, and then somebody who I knew in the energy efficient stove market wanted one, thought it would be a good idea for something for me to make, and pushed me into it. Up until that point, we had been a bespoke fabrication company, so we would wait for people to come and ask us to make them something. Whereas now we turned the company around and pivoted into actually making our own products. The way that the company has developed over the years, we always aspire to do the best we can and make the nicest products that we can. So in doing so, we are really targeting a sort of a middle to upper class client. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One, I've always wanted to make the best things I can, and I don't want to compromise on quality or finish or craftsmanship, so that comes with a price. I wanted to steer people away from like getting something cheap but then it doesn't last. Like back in the day, people used to buy a product that was very well built and it was designed to last. Then with the influx of foreign products whereby profit was paramount and price was the objective, people are used to a substandard product but then it didn't last, or it wasn't well made. So I wanted to get back into pay a little bit extra initially but have a really strong product that lasts, and that's something that I'd be able to guarantee as well. So if anything ever went wrong with it, I'd always come back and sort it out. There's also a lot of metal workers in Kenya. Some of them are what is known as the Juakali market, and they're on the side of the road, so they don't have big overheads. They can offer much cheaper services, and like being a foreign person in Kenya, it comes with expenses. Having a premises, having employees, you know, the overhead's higher than somebody working on the side of the road. So from a business point of view, I had to attract a higher paying client because we needed to cover higher overheads. I think having developed our own product range has been really good for the company, and it has attached an identity to us that people know us for, and that's been really exciting. I think better from a business point of view, it's more fun being able to sort of create and be expressive with our own products. The brand identity will remain the same. I think we have a really good platform and foundation to build on, so we'll expand our product range based on what we're doing at the moment. So a lot to do, a lot to design, but really exciting with, you know, the things that we can make and like the direction that the company is going.